So today, we have two super heavyweights in the dinosaur division going head to head. The Spinosaurus from JP3 versus the Vastatosaurus Rex from King Kong's 2005 movie. Who wins? Let's find out. So, first off, we have to talk about size. The Spinosaurus is one of the biggest dinosaurs in the JP universe, standing at 20 feet tall, 45 to 50 feet long, and weighing 7 tons. This guy was a big super heavyweight. However, the V-Rex stood at 23 feet tall, over 40 feet long, and weighed 8 to 12 tons. They were basically just a T-Rex, just bigger. The V-Rex was bigger, being taller and heavier. But as we know, size isn't everything. So let's move on to strength. The Spino easily ripped into parts of a plane with just its snout and ripped it apart easily. Overpowered and killed the T-Rex by snapping its neck and busted through a massive metal gate. Like it was a massive, thick metal gate, and just boom, bull rushed through it. And according to the director of Camp Cretaceous, this is the same Spinosaurus that was in Camp Cretaceous, apparently, because sure, why not, I guess, go for it. So that means he also casually killed and ate a Smilodon, aka a saber-toothed cat, and generally overpowered 2 other T-Rexes as well. But the Vastatosaurus Rex, or just the V-Rex, can casually kill most prey with no problem on Skull Island, as well as knock over large, thick trees. They were able to fight against Kong, injure him and knock him over, and their bite is so powerful that they can crush bone of almost any dinosaur on Skull Island. The only real exceptions being like the real big, long neck like dinosaurs, right? So the big difference here is their bite. The V-Rex's bite is so much stronger, but overall strength, I'd say fairly even. The V-Rex still might have an edge because of its size, but it's there. Durability. The V-Rex's hides are incredibly thick and tough, to the point arrows, spears, and bullets from guns from the 30s couldn't pierce it. They easily took Kong's hits and throws and grapples, and one even just got back up after having its tongue bit in half by Kong. Kind of gross, but yep. And another got back up after a pretty big fall. But the Spino shook off hits from a T-Rex, which included a bite straight to the neck. Only angered by a flare from a flare gun, wasn't noticeably injured by being engulfed and surrounded by flames, took attacks from 2 other T-Rexes, and even after its cell was hit by that plane, it was fine. It was noticeably injured by it. He continued on throughout the movie as if it didn't happen. Also, we know Cooper was shooting at him at the start of the movie, and seeing that Cooper was an experienced mercenary and whatnot, even while hurt and running for his life, I'm sure some of those bullets hit the Spinosaurus. This tells us that he was at least bullet resistant, if not just bulletproof. I'd say they're fairly even here, but the Spino cell is an easy weakness to exploit. No, breaking it won't break or injure his spine like, the world originally thought, but it is still a bone, and targeting it and injuring it will still hurt. Breaking it will still cause pain. And since this fight is between 2 big carnivorous dinosaurs, I don't think speed is that important of a factor. I really don't. And if I had to say, I'd say traveling speed, they're probably, similar. So, yeah. So the V-Rex seems to be physically better, bigger, stronger, overall tougher. So, yeah. Well, maybe not overall tougher, but he doesn't have an exploitable weakness like a sail. But the Spino does have an advantage over the V-Rex. longer and more usable arms and claws. These longer arms and claws weren't only good for like slashing and cutting, but also good for gripping, which is how it was able to break the T-Rex's neck. His mouth was similar to that of like a gharial, but like a much more powerful gharial, right? It was really good at snatching slippery prey, but it was relatively strong too, though, with like 2 to 3 tons of force behind it. He was an expert swimmer, and he was also a very tenacious and aggressive animal, seeing how he chased and stalked Alan and the group throughout the whole movie, because he was a little angry. This guy was the top apex predator on Isla Sorna, and is known to be a T-Rex killer. This explains how he almost always seems to have the upper hand over T-Rexes when they fought, and that's because he had that experience. He knew how to fight and kill them. But we already know that the V-Rex has a much stronger bite. That's because it had a massive mouth full of big, strong teeth, powered by massively powerful jaws designed for crushing. I'd definitely say its bite is just as strong, if not stronger, than that of Rexy's in the Jurassic Park universe. And she had a bite force of 12 tons. Just as strong, if not stronger than that. They were definitely the top dogs, the apex predators of Skull Island, and were said to be what the T-Rex could have become if it were allowed to evolve in a more primitive way. No feathers, just raw power, primitive animal. That made no sense, but you get what I'm saying. They are basically just T-Rexes, just better in every way. Size, power, intelligence, you name it, they're better than them. So, who wins? A bigger, better version of the T-Rex, or a known T-Rex killer? Well, the Spino's only real advantage is its arms and claws. And while those are great ways to, scratch up and injure the V-Rex, right? I don't see how they'll do anything more than just minor damage, unless he was able to get deep in, like, the throat or something. And one reason why the Spino was a known T-Rex killer was because he was always bigger than the T-Rex he was facing. Spinosaurus is larger than the T-Rex, like if you put him at max fully grown size, right? The Spinosaurus is just bigger. He is not bigger than the V-Rex. He will not be able to use his size to overpower the V-Rex like he could to the T-Rexes he faced. And that's about it. The V-Rex is just too big to be overpowered, and we'll get the W over this T-Rex killer. That's all there is to it. The V-Rex, bigger, stronger, tougher, will crush the Spinosaurus's neck. Could attack the cell. It just has more advantages. Even if in the water, because we know the Tyrannosaurus Rex could swim. We know it could. And if the V-Rex is better than the T-Rex in every way, probably be a better swimmer too. So even in the water, the Spinosaurus still might not win. Could, but I doubt it. I'm siding with the V-Rex on this one. The V-Rex wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you thought, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and other great stuff. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.